Good morning, beautiful people. How are you today? I am Suzanna Kaye with Spark Organizing here for yet another Facebook Live. Today we are talking about the top apps to help with your calendar. And we will be going over things such as how to track your time, whether it's for billable expenses or to analyze how you're doing for productivity. We'll talk about how to set up a quick link for other people to be able to schedule meetings with you or your time based on your availability in your calendar that you control. We will also talk about how to find that free time in your calendar really easily with just one click. And finally, scheduling your staff and how best to keep track of and schedule all of your staff right from your phone and communicate with them. I hope you're looking forward to today as much as I am. So we'll jump right in. I will move the camera over real quick so you can see my phone because all of these apps are right in the palm of my hand on my phone all the time. Let's start. Okay, hopefully you can see my phone as well as I can because this is where all of the magic is happening. As you can see, I have several apps on the home screen. These are the apps that we will be talking about today. We'll start today with Hours Tracker. Now, Hours Tracker is in that top left corner. You can see it's the little pig with the blue clock in the middle, and it is the perfect app that I have found to track the hours you've worked, as well as just tracking what you're working on. So I use this app in two different ways, depending on who I'm working with. I recommend it to some of my coaching clients who are more digital and just want to see what they're doing really quickly. Let's open this up, and within the app, you will see several jobs that I have set up. Now, Hours Tracker is on both iPhone and Android, as far as the last time I checked. It is free for up to 3 jobs, and each of these things listed on the screen right now are considered jobs, and up to 21 different time entries. So you can do 21 different clock in and clock outs under the free version. The nice thing is, if you need more than that, it's only $5.99 for up to 5 jobs and unlimited time entries, or for unlimited jobs it's only $9.99. So I'd say try out the free version first, see if it works for what you want to do, and then if it is working for you, then hop on over to a paid version only if you feel like you need those extra jobs. Let's look really quickly at how this works. For one, you just simply clock in and clock out depending on the job. So when I'm using this to track, say, billable time for clients, if I'm working on maybe a photo project, this is the time where there would be billable time where the client might not be there the whole time. So it's a great way to keep track of what I'm actually doing and when. Let's open up the Deanna photo project, and you can see all I did is I click on the screen. Let me get out of that so I can show you what I'm doing as I do it. I click on the screen, tap the name, and then I can choose to clock in. And I could also, if I already started working or need to enter a back entry, I can do add a time entry. And that right there will let me enter a different time other than today, or other than right this moment, instead of clocking in right this time. So I could still add to the hours tracking without necessarily needing to use just clock in now. If I click on the I can see all of the times I've clocked in and clocked out, and I can also see the total that I've earned to this point if I wanted to, if you enter a total amount. This is great if you also have staff and they can track their time as well. Right now I'm just in the free version, so there are only 3 jobs, but like this move out project that I have, I can clock in and it's going to start ticking off the time. I can also choose to see all of the entries that I have and what we've earned to this point. Now to clock out, it's as simple as tap on it and clock out now. You can add comments to it too if you wanted to enter what maybe you did during that session, then you can do that as well. You can also use this just to analyze your time, which is one way that I absolutely love to use this. I use it frequently for my productivity coaching clients. Just type in the different tasks that you do during the day and different things that you spend time on. So one of those is probably things like distractions or bathroom breaks or lunchtime, but other things might be client projects or administrative tasks. And once you create a certain number of jobs, just clock yourself in and out each time you're doing each of them, and you're going to get a really good idea of where you're spending your time, and you'll probably be surprised how much of that time might have been distraction time or where you can tighten things up. If you find out that you're spending way too much time in meetings, if you have control over how those meetings look, you might decide that from then on you do 15-minute standing meetings in the morning instead of the 1 hour long meeting that you do each week. It just is going to give you a better picture of your time. So that right there is how I use Hours Tracker. Again, one of my favorite apps for analysis. Pardon me, I've got my dog here in the room with me, and today he's decided to be all over the place. Excuse if you hear the collar going. But that is how I use Hours Tracker. Oh, I'm so glad. Let's hop over to the comments. I see that Anselm has made it in, and Mary's made it in, and Ruth has made it in. Welcome, all of you. It's so good to see you live. I love it when I can see who's actually watching with me. That's fantastic. Thanks for saying hi, even all the way from London and South Carolina. And Ruth has been kind enough. She helps me out a lot on these. She has posted the link to Hours Tracker, to the app, in the comments. So if you're looking for it, hop on over to the comments and it's right there. Next on the list that I wanted to go over today is Free Time. Now, Free Time is a great app for seeing where you have available free time in your schedule. This links directly to your calendar and syncs with it. So there's no need to do any extra entering of information. And as you can see, it's pulling from whichever calendar I ask it to pull from. And it tells me where my blocks of free time are based on my calendar, which is awesome. When you're standing next to somebody and they ask when you're free, you could just hop on over to that date and look on down and it's right there. Let me adjust this real quick. Sorry about that. That will make this a little bit smoother. So within Free Time, it's great because you can even add a calendar entry just by tapping on that free time. And then you can hit the little plus mark and you can enter an event right then onto your calendar without having to hop back to your calendar to do it. And it'll sync up perfectly. So this is one of my super fast and easy apps. There's not a lot to it. It's $1.99 in the App Store, which I have found it to be really useful because there are so many times where it's hard to see on my calendar during a full day what time is really open. I also use it not just to set meetings, but if there's a time that's free, I want to make sure that I have specific free time during my day, just for a mental break or sometimes just to do some of those items on my list that might not be the highest priority, but just add up if you never get around to them. So seeing these blocks of free time help me as well. They can tell me, okay, in between my coaching call with Anne and my meeting at 3 o'clock, I have time to get either a little relaxing done to decompress, or I have time to get a few things done on that list that would not get done otherwise. So, super useful app, and you can find that in the App Store. It's the one that looks like the cloud, the white cloud on a blue background with a couple of arrows. It's actually called Free Time 2 now. They've updated it. So, look in the App Store, $1.99 for Free Time 2. And Ruth was nice enough to post the link to the iTunes App Store for Free Time 2. After this one is one that I use all the time, especially when I am working with hiring somebody new, because I'm setting interviews, I want to find out information from them, and I will tell you, it's kind of cheating. This one's not an app, but it's a website that you can still use really well from your phone. So let's hop onto this website. It's called Calendly. You can just hop over to calendly.com and see that it opens up pretty clearly from your phone. I'm just going to sign in real quick. The nice thing is I can log in. This is totally a fake login, so you're not going to be able to use this to hop on and do anything as me. Let me just log in real quick. Now I have set this up just as an example because, of course, I don't want to share the private information of the people that I have actual meetings with. But within my dashboard, you can see it shows whenever I have meetings already set up. If I click, right here you can see a meeting with Jesslyn, 15 minutes. This also syncs with my calendar. So anytime I talk about syncing with your calendar, it's generally either with your Android's native app calendar. Usually I find to be enough. I don't necessarily need to set up a whole new event type. And you can have you can have a basic account with a couple of event types in it. Once you start adding a whole lot of event types or want to start customizing emails back to people, that's when you'll start to have to pay. The free version has been plenty for me this whole time. So I don't think I've ever had to pay for this app because the free version does so much. But there are options where if you need to have even more events or personalize things more, it's available. Now within the event types, you'll see under each, there's the end of a URL. What this does, this creates a new URL specific to you for people to sign up. So when I post a job opening, that's the word I'm looking for. When I post a job opening online, of course, I'm getting a bunch of emails back. I usually have an email template for those who I do want to talk to on the phone that includes a link for them to schedule an interview with me based on my calendar. Now that URL would simply be this main calendly.com/spark example for this site with /15 minutes, 30 minutes, or 60 minutes. Within each of these, there are some customizations you can add as well. Let's hop over to what they would see if they were looking to schedule with me. So when they go to that URL, this should pop right up. What I do is whenever there's a website that I really like, that I use often, I just save it to the home screen of my iPhone, and it works practically like an app, which is really awesome. So I kind of created this into its own app simply by adding it to my home screen. You can do this from any computer though, so you don't have to be on a phone. When they go to the website, that Spark example /15 minutes, this is what they're going to see. So now they can set a 15-minute meeting with me on any of these days. These are the ones that show availability. When they tap on the day, they can see the times that I'm available. Now this is pulling from my calendar, so it knows that on Friday before 1 p.m. I'm not available. If I were to go to a different day, then you'll probably see something different. Actually, I guess Monday I have the same schedule set up, but they can easily set whatever time is available on your calendar based on that 15 minutes. You can set time to have a buffer in between. So if, for example, somebody scheduled something at 1 o'clock and you want 15 minutes before somebody else can schedule something, you can do that within Calendly as well. So let's just select a time to set an appointment with Suzanna for my interview. I can tap on it and then tap confirm. I can enter my name. So for example, if Jesslyn wanted to set the interview or a meeting with me or whatever it is, then full name and email address, those are generally always fields that they're going to ask for. Now this last question, what's the general topic of the meeting? This is one that I added myself. It's customizable. You can add several questions if you want to. For interviews, a lot of times, I might ask them a few questions that, since I work across the state from coast to coast, I might want to know, are they in the Tampa area, Ocala, Cocoa, or Orlando area of Florida? And that way I can quickly eyeball which area they live in. I might also ask them, what's their proficiency with technology, or how many years of experience do they have organizing? Anything that I want to know ahead of time is a great thing to add as a question. So this, if it's a general meeting, a lot of times if somebody wants to schedule a meeting with you, it's nice to know what they want to talk about. And you can do this with your own staff as well. And they can enter whatever the topic of the meeting is. They would just tap on the screen and type in whatever they want. And then once they're done telling you what the topic of the meeting is, for example, if she was trying to schedule a meeting with me to talk about her organizing session this Monday in order to review it if she had any questions to prepare, then she can hit schedule the event. Now, this can be added to her calendar. It also automatically gets added to mine. So now that she has set that, we'll reload this page because it's smart and it logs you out. Maybe. Now you can see that I have my meeting with Jesslyn is here. When I open it, I have the choice to refresh it, delete it, and also it tells me the topic right there, my organizing session this Monday. Then if I go over to my calendar, I believe I scheduled that for Friday, I can see Jesslyn is here already on my calendar for me. And when I open up the information on my calendar, it will also tell me that the general topic is my organizing session this Monday. So there was nothing that I had to do. Jesslyn will also get an email letting her know that she's confirmed, and it can give her additional details. Like if it's for an interview, I might give her a call-in number so that I can make sure that she's paying attention, following directions, and she's going to call in to the right number. So that is Calendly. It's one of the things that I absolutely use all the time. I use it for interviews. I've set clients up with it for having their staff set time with them. And you can even set a number of meetings a day, and then it'll stop scheduling after that. If you only want 4 meetings, you can tell it, after 4 meetings, don't book anymore. Show me as busy. And it saves so much time, and people take you a little bit more seriously if they have that quick access, but they also see that you are efficient and you're on the ball. So I highly recommend hop over to calendly.com. Ruth has posted the link, and it's one of my favorites. Finally, the last one that I wanted to talk about really quickly today, I won't get too in-depth with this because not all of us have this need, but if you schedule people for any reason, this is called When I Work. It's available for iPhone and Android. It's free for managing up to 75 employees up to 10 days away from the current date. And it's a great app to simply schedule your people. You can have, with the paid version, you have the availability of adding multiple locations, over 75 employees, more than 10 days out, all of that. But this is really good. Even the free version is great if you're just a very basic business without a whole lot of needs beyond that. So I can use this easily with my organizers. I've set up a few things that it shows you right within the dashboard. First off, employees can put in their own requests. So they can request time off, they can request certain hours, they can try to get their shift covered. If you have a business where, like maybe it's a restaurant or something like that, they can find somebody else to cover their shift. Or if it's organizing, they can see if anybody else is available. If they happen to come down with the flu and need somebody to cover them, they'll usually contact me first, but this way they can also find out who else might be available. before they contact the client, because then they give the client some options. Wait for them to get better and continue working with them, or if they're in a pinch, then there might be another organizer available that they can say, this person is available to slide right into this slot. You can also list open shifts. So if you have some shifts that you need coverage for, feel free to list them as open shifts, and anybody who's interested can just pick them up right from the site. So when we open up open shifts, this shows all of the shifts that somebody could pick up simply by tapping on it and saying that they want it. You just add all of your employees onto it, and they're able to do all of this from their phone as well. And finally, they can even chat with you. So you can have an entire chat right within the app with any of your staff. Super handy to have it all in one place since you're already in the app doing the scheduling. So all those scheduling conversations, it's nice to have them in one place. This works really well even if you don't have necessarily staff, but anybody that you're trying to schedule. If you manage volunteers for an organization, that's also another time that this could be really, really helpful. Now, I can also see who's scheduled for today and where they're working. So like Rebecca is working in Tampa from 9 to 1, and Jesslyn is working in Orlando from 10 to 2. I can see the full schedule if I wanted to. And down here at the bottom is the scheduler. So you can click on scheduler, and you can click on, right now you see that there's a little icon next to requests. That means that somebody put in a request, Jesslyn put in a request asking for May 1st through 9th off. So I can open that up and see, she says that she wants to go on vacation with her friends. It would be unpaid. It's pending, I've not accepted it yet. And then I can go to the bottom and approve or deny it. So all I do is tap approve. And now she has approval for that time off. And I have a record of she will be off during that time, so I don't forget and try to schedule her, which is a common problem when you're sort of herding kittens. There's so much going on so fast. Like I said, I'm not going to go through this too in depth, and it's really, really easy to learn. So if this is something that you're interested in, I say download it and check it out a little bit, because it does even more than what I've shown you today. This is just very basic, and this will get you started. But it's a pretty powerful app, especially for one that's free, which I love. They also have another app that can simply work as a time clock. So if they are clocking in and clocking out of certain jobs, then you can use their time clock app as well. This is called, like I mentioned, When I Work, and I hope that you find that one really, really useful. Now, those are the 4 apps that I wanted to cover for today. These will hopefully help you manage your time, and look at all of this time that you can save. I mean, now you understand how to analyze your time and what you have available. You've got so much more time if all of this is running smoothly. Now, wouldn't it be nice if your house organizing was that easy? Well, we do have the 365 project, and it's going on right now, and it can be that easy. Really fast. What it is, it's a quick action a day to get yourself organized and stay organized. So not only will this help you declutter and get control of the different areas that you might feel either need a touch up or you're completely overwhelmed with, no matter what your level is, it's totally going to help you out. It gives you an action a day, and it will help you stay organized. A lot of times I see people, they get organized, but then it all falls back. So this is a nice way to keep the home always a little bit purged, lean, mean, efficient, just how you want it. This month we're talking about organizing your office, and the month is almost over. So if you join now, then at the end of the month, you get the list of everything that happened during this month. So you still have a chance to hop in and to find out all of those tasks to help you organize your office on your own. Not only that, but you'll be prepped for next month, which are going to be those special ideas for all those strange spaces, unique challenges. We're going to talk about the random challenges that we have in our home and how to organize even the most odd space. And we'll also talk about some of those really fun ideas to get the most out of your space, to add more storage, no matter which space it is. Along with that email with the action, you also get into our private group. And within the private group, you get so much more than the email gives you. Once a week, you get exclusive access live to me at 12 o'clock. And I am there to answer any questions you have and to support you and just to be there live, encouraging and giving more and more information to help you change your mindset along with your home. Also, throughout the week, everybody's posting their progress. They post questions, they post challenges, they post encouragements. You'll hear from me whenever the email goes out. If there's more I have to say about it, the group is where I'm going to be saying it. So stop by my365project.com in order to join us for that. That's my365project.com and sign up. The price is about to go up. It's about to double. So if you get in now, then you're also going to save a lot of money. I hope to see you there before the end of the month, because once the office organizing is done, it's gone. We aren't going to give you the PDF anymore. You're just going to miss out. So hop on now, my365project.com. I hope you enjoyed this. We will be back again next week with more apps that I absolutely love that I think will change your life. I will see you then. Have a wonderful day, and I love you so much. I will talk to you later. Bye, Mary. Bye, Anselm. I'll see you all later. Bye, Ruth.